The 100 Years' War, 37-53, a major conflict between England and France. The 100 Years' War was one of the longest and most complex conflicts in European history, lasting for more than a century, from 1337 to 1453. This war was not just a battle between two kingdoms, but also involved political shifts, military advancements, and social changes that permanently altered the face of Europe. The conflict stemmed from the long-standing rivalry between England and France, but its primary trigger was King Edward III of England's claim to the French throne. After the death of Charles IV of France in 1328 without a male heir, the French crown was passed to Philip VI of the House of Valois, despite Edward III, who was the grandson of Philip IV of France through his mother, believing he had a stronger claim to the throne. This issue was further exacerbated by territorial disputes, particularly in Gascony, which was nominally French territory but under English control. The tension eventually escalated into open war in 1337 when Philip VI seized Gascony, prompting Edward III to declare himself King of France. At the beginning of the war, England had the upper hand due to more effective military tactics, especially the use of longbowmen, whose range and firing speed surpassed that of French archers. Key early battles included Battle of Crécy, 1346. A smaller English army defeated the French, demonstrating the superiority of the English longbow over French cavalry. Siege of Calais, 1347. England captured Calais, a strategic port that remained their stronghold in mainland Europe throughout the war. Battle of Poitiers, 1356. The English army, led by the Black Prince, Edward, son of Edward III, achieved another major victory by capturing King John II of France, who was then taken to England as a prisoner. These victories forced France to sign the Treaty of Bretigny in 1360, granting England more territories in France and demanding a large ransom for King John II's release. However, the treaty was only a temporary pause in the long conflict. Under King Charles III, France began to recover. Using more defensive strategies and guerrilla warfare tactics, they reclaimed many territories previously held by the English. French commanders, such as Bertrand du Guesclin, played a crucial role in diminishing English dominance in France. England re-entered the war in the early 15th century under King Henry V. Battle of Agincourt, 1415. Henry V led the English to another remarkable victory against a much larger French force, once again demonstrating the effectiveness of longbowmen. Treaty of Troyes, 1420. This treaty recognized Henry V as the rightful heir to the French throne, following his marriage to Catherine, the daughter of Charles VI of France. This strengthened England's hold over France. However, Henry V's sudden death in 1422, just 2 years after the Treaty of Troyes, derailed his ambitions. His heir, Henry VI, was still an infant and incapable of ruling effectively, which allowed France to regain momentum. England's victories began to falter when a young girl from Domremy, Joan of Arc, claimed to have received divine visions instructing her to liberate France from English rule. With the support of King Charles VII, Joan led the French army in crucial battles that shifted the course of the war. Siege of Orléans, 1429. Joan of Arc led the French forces to break the English Siege of Orléans, marking a major turning point in the war. Coronation of Charles VII in Reims, 1429. Thanks to Joan's military success, Charles VII was finally crowned as the legitimate King of France at Reims Cathedral. However, in 1431, Joan was captured by the pro-English Burgundians and handed over to the English. She was tried as a heretic and burned at the stake in Rouen. Despite her execution, her inspiration continued to drive France towards ultimate victory. Under King Charles VII, France strengthened its military and financial systems. Battle of Formigny, 1450. France recaptured Normandy. Battle of Castillon, 1453. This decisive French victory marked the end of the war. England lost nearly all its territories in France except for Calais, which was later seized by France in 1558. The Hundred Years' War had significant political, military, and social consequences across Europe. Rise of nationalism. National identities in both England and France grew stronger. England shifted its focus towards internal development, while France became more unified under its monarchy. Military evolution. Professional standing armies replaced feudal knights. The use of longbows, artillery, and new battle strategies dominated future warfare. Decline of feudalism. The power of the nobility declined as centralized monarchies gained control, requiring more independent and professional armies. Emergence of new dynasties. France's victory solidified the power of the Valois dynasty, while England's defeat contributed to the Wars of the Roses, 1455 to 1487, a civil war for control of the English throne. The Hundred Years' War was not just a battle between two kingdoms, it was a period of transition in European history. It marked the shift from feudalism to centralized monarchies, from chivalric warfare to gunpowder-based combat, and from regional identities to stronger national consciousness. Although France ultimately emerged victorious, the war's impact was felt throughout Europe, shaping the foundation of the modern world.